Hi, writer. I'm here. I'm back. I'm here to do a video. Obviously, you're on my YouTube channel. Of course I'm doing a video. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I thought I would do a video just to sort of catch up with you guys and just sort of speak face to face or face to camera, I guess. But I'm imagining that there's a face there. Hi, Lavender. My little doggy is here. I think she can sense the vulnerable energy. Anyway, I'm here to talk a little bit about my fears and insecurities when it comes to writing, but also social media and my business and everything that's sort of been going on. I thought that I should pop in and just chat to you about it a little bit and be upfront and tell you kind of what's going on and yeah, everything that's wrong and everything that's right. And hello, Lavender. Lavender's making a cameo. This might be a mess. I'm so sorry if my train of thought is a little bit hard to follow, but I'll try and keep this interesting, and I'll try and keep it current and relevant. And am I though? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Totally unfiltered video, totally unscripted, which is gonna be great for my editor to edit. I'm so sorry, Barry. But here we go. I guess we could start with my writing. That's probably why most of you are here, to hear someone else struggling with writing so that you know that you're not alone. Yeah, I don't really talk about this a lot on my social media or anything like that. I talk about it sometimes on my email newsletter, but I never really talk about the negative parts, which kind of makes sense, right? Like, none of us want to talk about the negative stuff. Yeah, it's been a lot. Some of you might know I actually finished a full draft for like the first time ever at the end of 2023, and then I did it. Come on, please, you're shaking the camera. And then I did a second draft at the beginning of 2024, and it was a lot. You know, I did the second draft in like a few months. It wasn't a lot. I didn't give myself a lot of time. Writing that and finishing that project was very stressful, but I don't know. I haven't done anything with it since I finished the second draft. It's been 6 months and I haven't even touched the project at all. Not once since I finished it. And, well, I didn't finish it. I still need to do a third revision. I guess that's the point. I'm kind of scared. And I think that I know that after I do the third revision, I'll need to query it. And I don't know if I'm confident enough to query it. And I know that's maybe awkward considering I have a privileged position and I have a social media account with a lot of followers, but I don't know. I just still have those insecurities of whether I'm actually going to get picked up or not, whether my genre is even in demand or not. I'm writing gothic historical fiction, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. So yeah, there is a part of me that thinks that this project will not get picked up. There's definitely a pretty big anxious part of me that thinks nobody's gonna want to read this and nobody's going to want to pick it up and represent it. And so what I've been doing instead is actually writing a different project. And I think that that's just been a coping mechanism where I thought, oh, I'll just have a backup project in case the agent that I'm querying doesn't like this, but they might like something else. I do apologize if you can hear the munching in the background. That is my dog, and that's just what she does. So anyway, to continue my sob story of, oh no, I finished a draft. Oh no, I have an account with 100,000 followers. I'm so sad. No, I am genuinely, I'm aware of the privilege that I have, and I'm very grateful to have that account and to have the people rooting for me and to have, you know, some amazing comments from beta readers and things like that. But at the same time, that anxiety never leaves me. I literally go to sleep every night and I cannot fall asleep for at least an hour or two, sometimes 3 hours, because of the anxiety that I have. And most of the times that anxiety isn't even about writing. Writing seems to have sort of slipped away to be this is not a bad thing. Like, writing seems to be my safe place where I go where I want to sort of unwind from work and I want to stop looking at the financial aspect and everything that I have to do and all the taxes and all the accounting and all of that, I usually just shut myself off and I go write because that feels safe and that feels good. But the anxiety has definitely been keeping me up, and I think that the writing has sort of become an afterthought. You know, like I go into these rants of anxious thoughts in my own mind in the middle of the night, and it'll be stuff like, are you going to make enough money to, be able to pay your one employee? Are you going to be making enough money to support yourself, to pay the taxes, to do this, to do that? And are we going to go bankrupt? Do I have to start making content for other platforms? Is Instagram banning my content? Are we having really bad reach? Are people just like not wanting to buy my stuff anymore? I don't even think about the fact that I'm still not querying. I'm still not doing the thing that I wanted to do. I am so caught up in this business that I created and this community and the clients and the image that I have online that I've really barely stopped to think about the fact that I should be querying. I have a finished project and it's somewhat of a decent project too. I need to do another revision, sure, but why am I procrastinating? Why am I putting this off? Why am I not just getting that revision done and querying, especially now that I have the time to do it? Why has it been so hard for me to actually focus and do the things that I even set out to create this channel and this business in the first place in order to do? Like, I wanted to create this so that I could be able to basically just be a writer and have more time to write. But I'm not doing that. And well, I am. I'm writing, but I'm not doing the hard part of it, which is actually putting it out there and querying and trying to find agents like so many other writers are doing. And I feel a little bit like a fraud. I feel a little bit disappointed in myself that I haven't done it by now. I know that I've been, burnt out and things like that, but writing has always been that thing that I pushed through with until it came to me being at the stage of being able to query, being able to make that next step. I just haven't done it. And I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why. I think it's just because I'm afraid. And I think that it's also really nerve-wracking having that many eyes on me and realizing that I could stay stuck in query limbo even though I have a big social media following, whatever, like that's great. But what if the project isn't good enough? What if I'm delusional? What if they say no? What if nobody wants to promote this type of genre? What if they don't see commercial viability in it? Things like that have happened to plenty of authors. And I guess I'm not eager to find out. And that's why I keep postponing this. And I feel bad about it because I feel like I should be doing it. I feel like I owe it to, not just to myself, but to my audience. And I know I always promised like I would take you guys on this journey with me and I would keep you updated as soon as I started, querying, as soon as I started getting rejections and responses and whatever. But I am second guessing that. I don't know whether I actually want to do that anymore. I think that I might not share that process with you because it is pretty nerve-wracking to do it alone, let alone share it with thousands of people. So I might share it later if I feel more comfortable with the results. I might not share it at all. I probably will share it because it makes for a great piece of content, and content is something we fight for these days. So yeah, that brings me to the other part of my dilemma, which is just all this stuff, social media, business. I don't know how much you know about me, but what I do is I coach writers and I edit some manuscripts. I run a writing business called the Plottery. It's a small business. I only have one employee who helps me with graphic design and editing and stuff like that. I do have other freelancers who I give work to sometimes when I can't do it myself. But the fact of the matter is I have been feeling so stressed lately and so burnt out, and so what I've done to combat that is I've sort of put together all of these crazy courses that I've been compiling, which again, they took so much energy from me to create them as best as I possibly could. And but I did it, and I thought I would take all of them and I would put them into one single program, because I feel like I've been running on like so many different things. I've been doing this, I've been doing that, I've been doing courses, I've been doing editing manuscripts. I have had dozens of coaching clients all at once. I have had, this program, that program, workshops, and it's just so hard to keep up with all of it. So the new era that I'm hoping for is going to be just this one main program, and we're not going to be doing anything else. Maybe workshops from time to time, like little ones, because they are a part of this program. So I might open up those workshops to a wider audience. But basically, the whole point has been to simplify what the hell I'm actually doing with my business, and to take that stress off my back so I don't have to waste so much time with anxiety. Yeah, it's been great. I wish I could tell myself that I would go to sleep tonight and not have anxiety for 3 hours before I fall asleep, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm also really lonely. I don't really talk about that a lot, but yeah, I don't have a bunch of people that I can see whenever I want to in real life. I have my two best friends are both in London, and so it's really difficult to see them, especially now that I have a dog. It's really not that easy to just pick up and leave, especially since she's slightly problematic, and I don't have anyone that I trust to babysit her when I'm away. Yeah, it's been a rough year. I'm not gonna lie. Some really rough things happen, and I've been burnt out for a while. I'm not gonna get into the rough things, but yeah, I feel like I've been pushing writing away to the back burner again, and just because I'm afraid of the next step. I'm writing a new project, and that's great. I wrote a really long project after I finished my debut, so to speak. And so, but like, I love writing and I still do it, but it's just I'm not taking the next step. I'm not taking the initiative. I'm not taking the risk, and I'm not being courageous like I usually am. With my business, at least, I feel like the writing, it gets difficult to do that because it's so personal to me. It's yeah, it's a big task. It's a big wow, it's a big step. And I am afraid of it. And it's not been easy because I really haven't had much of a social life. And I know that online it might seem all peachy and dandy and I'm having the best time of my life and I've got a successful business, whatever. It's not as huge as it seems. It really is a small business. Right now we're just kind of surviving. And yeah, I guess I just wanted to come right out and say that because I do think that there are certain ways that people look at me and I don't want them to, and I don't know if any of this makes any sense, and I'm literally just venting right now, so yeah. But basically, struggles. I also hate social media, so that doesn't help. The fact that this is my job. My plans are to focus a little bit more on different platforms that allow me to be a little bit more myself and not spend so much time on Instagram anymore, because Instagram is such an unrewarding and punishing platform, and I really just don't think that I have the energy to battle with it anymore. I think we've done a great job with it for the first few years that we've had it, but I think at this point we're gonna put more energy into YouTube, into blogging, into my email newsletter. My email newsletter is fire, by the way. If you are not on it yet, what the hell are you waiting for? I'll have a link to sign up in my description if you want to. But yeah, I think that I've been putting my energy into the wrong venues, and I really want to change that in this new era of the Plottery and of me as a writer. So if you are currently struggling with something as a writer, if you feel like you're falling behind like me, or if you feel like you're self-sabotaging, please share it in the comments. I would love to hear your story and what you're struggling with, and maybe we can connect and get through it together. That actually feels a lot nicer, getting that off of my chest and being transparent with you with how I'm doing. I'm not doing great, but I am trying. I am really doing steps, taking steps to where I want to be and to what I want to do. And I'm really proud of myself for doing those steps and for changing things and for not lingering in the way that things have been. I'm actually trying to do something about it. I'm trying to be better, and I'm trying to do better for myself and for my mind. Not for the business, not for you. But for me and for what feels good for me. And I do think that ultimately creating content like this, being able to do being able to actually enjoy content creation like I used to, and not have to put out, not be like, oh my god, you have to put out an Instagram post every single day, and if you don't do it, you're gonna become irrelevant and nobody's gonna know about you. And like, I'm so sick of that. I'm really sick of all of that. And Instagram is so bad for promoting like content that it disappears a day after you've created it. No one's gonna see it the second day of posting. You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna care about a post that I made 7 months ago. But when I do YouTube videos, that's stuff that it's still gonna get pushed out years after. And it's stuff that I can look back on and stuff that I can be just genuine in, and I don't have to have a limit on how long I talk, or the carousel slides have to be 10 posts or 10 slides or whatever, and then the reels have to be like a minute long or whatever. And I'm just so tired of the immediacy and the attention span that is so short on these social media apps. And yeah, I just want to try something different, and I hope that you're along for the ride with me, and I hope that YouTube is gonna be like a new era for us. I'm hoping that I'm not putting too much pressure on myself for this, but I am genuinely excited to create more long form content and more valuable content and more content that you guys can maybe connect with and resonate with, because ultimately that's the goal. That's what I want to do. That's the kind of creator that I want to be. And I don't want to be anxious and bound down by Instagram's algorithm and rules and all of this stuff. I want to do this for me, and I haven't been doing it for me for a long time, and I think it shows in my content and in the stuff that we put out. It has all felt really forced for me, and so I'm hoping that I can change that, and that I can do a little bit better in the future for myself and for my head, and for my heart. So thank you for listening if you have gotten this far. And yeah, please do tell me what you think. Maybe even if you would like to share some ideas or suggestions about what kind of content you would want to see from me that isn't my typical Instagram carousels and quick tips and tricks. I'm really open to just diversifying things and trying new stuff, because I think it's going to make me a better person and a better creator and a better business owner. To try new things and to take more risks. So whatever suggestions you have, however wild they are, pop them in the comments, and do also share whether you are going through any struggles like this yourself, or if it's just me feeling this immense pressure of being perfect in the eye of social media. And yeah, just publishing, rushing to be a published writer, because if I'm not a published writer, what am I? I have no credentials, do I? I don't know. Just all these things that I think about at 3 a.m. when I can't sleep. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this far. If you have, drop a like to leave me some support, and subscribe to the channel, please, because this is going to hopefully be my main venue of talking to you guys, of posting content, of just, you know, being here, being present. I'm really looking forward to this. I've loved YouTube since I was a tiny baby. Not a tiny baby, but, you know, like a kid. I've been a YouTube girly for like my whole life, and yeah, I'm really excited to just actually be part of it once for real this time. So yes, I am so psyched to get back to this. And yes, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you if you're here, if you're watching this. Love you. See you in the next one. Bye.